Vodafone presents the pre-match.
It's time to see the last game of tonight and understand if NRG can add another notch to their belt here in the North American Pro League. Can they take down the Rogue lineup? A Rogue lineup that we've previously seen. Obviously, Crystal, he's now kind of coming as a stand-in player. He's playing the in-game leader role, but also one of the things that he has to deal with is, well, at least last week, he wasn't over in America, so he had to play off high ping, which did mean they suffered a little bit. Yeah,
no, it definitely hinders your firepower. Not sure what the situation is for this week. If
hopefully they moved him over.
Yeah, if he's made his way over, you would have thought, right? But yeah, no, I mean, actually they were surprisingly good, considering they literally changed an upper and an in-game leader with KDN moving over to North. That's a really, really big fundamental change to your team.
Massively.
So it felt to me that they kind of went with the things that they had already learned with KDN previously and didn't start changing for too many things just to make sure that, you know, they have everything going, and then basically just throwing Crystal into the similar roles to what KDN was doing before. Makes sense. Obviously, now comes a period of time where they've had a bit of downtime. They've had some time to practice here, and hopefully that means that we will see a little bit more from them.
Well, you can see Crystal is just on your screen there. This man, he gets passed around as in-game leader of multiple lineups here. He was originally on the Imperial lineup, then got moved across now to Rogue to try and find himself a longer-term home, I believe.
Yeah, spent a long period of time in Penta, once upon a time. Not even that far, actually. I think it was last year, the last time he played for Penta.
Yeah, he was on the Penta roster like until the dying of the team.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. When Sunny and the other boys were there too. Was that 2017?
Yeah,
I'm too old now, so I just start losing years. All that bombshell. Yeah, Sick here on your screen, a massive player for this team. He definitely, last time around we saw them play, he played a big role in Rogue being able to be competitive. I think that's going to continue, but now playing against NRG, it's not an easy feat. I think, you know, you're kind of getting to that. The heavyweights, so this is definitely going to be interesting to see how they can punch.
Yeah, well, we're going to be starting with Inferno between these two lineups as well. On this NRG roster, we spoke about, okay, it didn't really work out for them at Star Ladder, but it's still, they had some okay results they can be respectful of and say, okay, look, we've got something we can build upon. We spoke about Cirque being able to be the heavy hitter in there. When he steps up, it's kind of a game-on moment for them. But on a map like Inferno, it doesn't lend itself to an AWPer like him.
It does and it doesn't. I mean, it kind of depends. The T side, especially if you see T side opping, can be very fruitful. But you can, I mean, if you play really good T side, you can kind of deny that AWP. But on the other hand, if you opping are just finding the right timings all the time, it can be super lethal at the same time. So, I mean, I think it's down to Cirque himself to just find the mojo to be able to capitalize, because he definitely has the skill. He's super fast, mad reflexes, and also just good at finding those openings, finding the spaces he needs to be able to play well. But on the other hand, I mean, they get pushed around, and that can be an issue, as we see. I'm going to go back to that Vega story once again. Obviously, Inferno, I think it was the third map of the series, and yeah, it was just, felt to me that Vega could just push their buttons so much. So, you know, it's obviously something, that's an issue. It's an ongoing issue for NRG. If you're super aggressive against them, it seems to me, or if you do unorthodox things here and there, it feels like, you know, that's the way to rattle them.
Yeah, you can rattle their cages and kind of upset the balance of what this lineup likes to have. NRG are, again, a team where it's more about how they can close the game out. They've been really convincingly, or it goes to the wire, and that's when we start to see them falter a bit. But quite recently, literally today, they've played a bunch of matches, right? They played up against Liquid. They managed to beat them 2 times, but there was a little thing where Twist wasn't actually able to play, so you can kind of null and void that. Then they played Ints on Inferno. Ints obviously being the crazy Brazilian lineup that's in there with KNG. 16-13 on Inferno and 16-5 on Mirage. So Mirage quite confidently. Inferno, maybe not the scoreline you would have expected.
No, they're going to be facing as Rogue that, you know, if we go back to the major, obviously, yes, the lineup has changed a tiny bit. Obviously, not a tiny bit. Obviously, the big change when you're in game leader is changing. But anyhow, they played a really good Inferno. They almost beat the Charlottes at it over there. So that's not an easy feat for anyone to be able to capitalize and do that. So definitely no slouches on Inferno.
Launders and Scrawny, you're back in the studio, joining us, ready to take this one away. Now we get to see NRG again and see what they can do against the lineup that is kind of a mixed bag at the moment, right? We don't really know where the Rogue team is going.
Yeah. kind of running Rogue at the moment.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, all right.
Did you guys talk about that? That's cute. That's cute.
But yeah, but NRG, I mean, this is the thing, right? Is they have so many online games packed into this week that I think it's kind of good for them to be hitting this groove. You had a good showing yesterday, right? They picked up the majority of their wins. As you said, 2 victories over Liquid with a small asterisk next to it. Like, in terms of confidence and just like feeling this, it's like they know they have kind of a bit of a trudge to get through. And right now, they're weathering that storm very well. So I'm excited to see them play versus Rogue, and it would just be sort of nail in the coffin if they can continue to beat back teams like this.
Is this our new thing now? We're
That's
just
a new
doing this the
move,
whole
yeah.
time.
I mean, we saw your other moves, James, and I'm just trying to help you out.
Hey, don't start. Them moves were cool. You're just jealous of how I can rock it as an old man.
That's
I don't
true.
have the youth and the style like you do, but it is time to get in the game and not talk about my crazy dance moves. Not to undress you any further either, Connor, because it looks like it's time for us to get into Inferno.
Thank you so much, James.
We all know
Thank
how
you
you
not
feel
to.
about emoting.
We'll see you guys soon. So, our third matchup of the evening, Mohan. Rogue and NRG. Like we said, a lot of games of NRG coming out. We had 4 of the 6 last night, fixated on them. 2 more here this evening. I'm excited for it. A very promising roster that's had all sorts of things to say about them as of late. But right now, let's see what they can do on the T side of Inferno. Obviously having the Betway odds in their favor, and that's understandable. A new Rogue, minus their in-game leader and Opper that we saw at the Face It Major, the biggest stage they'd performed on, replaced by Crystal, an ex-Ghost member as well, doing the rounds of North America.
Really good flash there at the bottom of Banana to take down that stack. Rickey's a bit low, and I'm unsure exactly where he was. It was actually now at Coffins, but they've already moved up towards A off of that kill.
Vice is the first one. Hiko gets nothing. Ethan just comes charging forward, clearing corners, ripping heads clean off. But Vice is still up, playing within the pit. Even though the bomb's gone down, he holds his position. Ethan's just right behind him. Poor Vice, you know, you see his head in a swivel, but in Ethan, he couldn't afford a reload or else the sound would have given it away.
Adds that much more pressure.
Yeah.
Had to hit those, 3 bullets that he had. And, normally he would have probably delivered. So I think it was still going to be an insurmountable round without that kill. And Sick and Vice combining for 5. That was a nice round from them. But it started out really well for Rogue with catching that boost at the bottom of Banana. And then we saw NRG fall into a very similar setup that they did versus Liquid, I think, yesterday, where they looked for a frag on Banana. When they didn't find that, pushed very fast into halls and then overtook A site. Now Rogue winning that round is big. Ricky goes right for the AUG. That's surprising, but I mean it's the same price as an M4 basically, so I guess it would be like him buying an M4. Still got to get used to that.
Who do we have on that list now? We've got Elige. We have Device, who said he's going to use it all the time.
It feels like a lot of the oppers are going to definitely adopt it.
Ricky. Somebody in European League we saw earlier just today.
Yeah, I think I was sleeping.
Fair enough. Just like Fugly is now. Poor guy just gets executed. Vice on for quite the start here. Already sitting at 6-0.
I don't think this is going to be an easy game for NRG though, huh?
Me neither.
Yeah.
No, I definitely don't think so either. I mean, Rogue, they're hungry for matches like this, right? They're hungry to continue contesting because we saw a great Rogue, and I think swapping out players, I mean, I never blame Cadian, right? He wants to go back to Denmark. I can completely understand. You get a chance with North, you don't pass that up.
Yeah.
But obviously a bit of a sour taste left in the mouth of Rogue because he had done so much for their project. You know, he'd been a really good key piece for them. We were seeing all these other players kind of come back into form. Hiko's been a bit of a beast.
Definitely. I mean, Hiko's used to it, European players leaving.
Yeah.
To go home. He just likes to take. I think he just believes that. I think at one point he said that European players were just not only had better teams, but they just were smarter individually. Just straight up, every single player on average, well, not maybe every single, but a lot of players on average were just better. So it's not surprising to see him go across the pond to look for talent. Crystal being one of those.
Yeah, that's true. Another good example.
Oh. But not sneaky enough.
I mean, Europeans on Europeans. We have Cirque in there, too.
That's the best way to counter it. It's fire and fire.
Excuse me if Bulgaria is not here at all.
Oh, isn't it?
Maybe a Baltic state.
What continent is that?
It's not really a continent. It's like the CIS region.
Then you're...
It's ex-Soviet nations.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'd like to know more about this.
The Commonwealth of Independent States, I'm pretty sure, is what CIS stands for.
You definitely sound like the authority on that, especially if you made that acronym up on the spot. I'm forced to believe you.
In the back of the bomb site, Vice will hide. Had a hell of an anchor from Pitt, but this time that's it. Ethan clearing players from that in 2 rounds already. But unfortunately here for Rogue, seems like round 3 has slipped past them. Ethan with 2, Cirque with 1. We saw that big clash on Banana at the start of the round, and it's just NRG to walk away better in the end.
Simple round for NRG to win, and yeah, again, Ethan, star player there, just picking up a couple of easy kills. Just overpowering, disembodying people on the A site. And Cirque also getting his kill on top Banana, that was important. That was important. Crystal, it was funny because if they got Crystal and went B, they probably still would have won. And instead, just forced a big rotate over. Some damage here dealt in as the bomb explodes, but it is from Pitt that everybody is safe. Difficult for CTs to make anything of it when the bomb goes down on A. Round 4 is in, and Daps has picked up a Mac 10.
What's up with that, Wonders?
I don't know what's up with that. We'll see, because for Rogue, they've got a couple of players who don't have head armor, so it might be a call out. Be a weird round to be able to know that. Turk's gonna hear the cross from Vice. Ricky getting frisky in the halls. Risky Ricky, can he go back for more? Does. Puts one in the face of Daps, and the nose goes Fugly. He goes for 3. He's Wardell reincarnate.
My goodness. Ricky with another. That's 4. Give us the ace, buddy, please. Hell, make it a wall bang. Why not? Last man's walking forward, and he doesn't realize he is on death's door. Ethan deletes Ricky and Hiko.
Yeah, he got Hiko right underneath him.
Oh, man. Nice attempt there, Ethan Arnold. But no, sir.
Wow. Exact same position that he had no business getting those kills from.
See that black screen?
Yeah, that's what happens.
That's all NRG saw.
Right.
Once they faced Ricky.
Saw the darkness. They faced the music. What a round from Ricky, man. Holy smokes. That was crazy.
Like you said, this is not going to be an easy game for NRG. Individually speaking, Rogue, they're on point. Oops.
That's a oops. I mean, that's like a weird texture to have to consider when throwing a smoke up a Banana. But I guess that's something he'll think about from now on for every round for the rest of his life.
Yep. For the record, Bulgaria is in Europe.
Okay. But I appreciate the consideration, you know? That would be not fun to hear that someone says you're from a continent you're not from.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa!
Okay.
Drive by. Fugly just slams Hiko's face to the side of the wall, and then Breeze gets Vice through the box. So even with a more limited purchase here, NRG seem to be all right. 5v3.
Oof, can't even get a single kill. Nope, Crystal at least finishes off that one. But it doesn't seem... Is there going to be a retake? I don't know. Crystal wants to go ahead and peek mid, but his teammates have already receded. So it was to rescend is to take back, right? To recede is to fall back, I guess, to move backwards. Rescend, like you would... I think it's C-I-N-D.
Reascend.
Reascend, that's to reclimb or come back. But to... rescind, like R-E-C-I-N-D. That's to take back. Rescind the contract. Rescind the offer.
SC launders. And yes, you're absolutely right.
And then to... Oh, I forgot what the other one was.
Can't remember.
Ooh, obrigate.
Obrigate.
Wow, look at to obrigate a contract and to restore the party's positions they would have occupied had there been no contract. That's cool. Obrigate. I like this. Ricky!
Another one. He's on point tonight. So is Sick. That's that double op setup Rogue you're looking to utilize. So NRG, sure, you might just drive by the balcony players. You might take a site in a matter of 2.84 seconds. But welcome to the op show. The cannons are being swung here by Rogue. What do you think's more intimidating, a Rogue or a Renegade?
I feel like a Renegade. The Rogue technically is more of a misfit. Maybe? No, I don't know. I guess maybe they're synonymous. Who knows? I don't know. Cast.
Okay. Op shot from Sick. Again, these snipers, they're just paying off dividends. That's 3 of the kills so far, all from them, but there is still a question mark until Ricky goes for the gut shot and puts this all on Daps.
Yikes. Doesn't end up planting. Smokes go up. Could have been a prime opportunity to do so. Now they know he's making a play. How is he going to catch anyone off guard? I don't know, but he's actually moved into a very forward position that I don't think that they're expecting. How long will Daps stand here? Ricky is peeking past him with the AWP, but now they're falling off. They think he's left the site. They honestly believe he's gone. Hey, and he has to be scratching his head. What is going on here? How does he just have to find the one person they know that's either playing on banana or staying in the site? And he heard them run.
Oh, but he offers up his back, turns around, and is taken down. Vice will put the nail in the coffin. Rogue up now by 2.
That was kind of interesting because the smoke was still up on CT. They thought maybe he had crossed while they weren't watching. Could have had the wool pulled over their eyes.
I hate the feeling of wool.
It's a very rough material. It's very itchy to think about. Usually best covered in polyester or cotton. I actually don't know if it would have the same effect in terms of keeping you... You probably know some of that stuff.
I'm pretty sure wool is almost waterproof. Yeah, chew on that. Poor Ricky gets nothing for his op shot because he's blind. And he's being pushed in by Daps, but little does he realize he's just walked into the meat grinder. Hiko and Vice still within the pit. On full damage control. As Fugly's the last to be found. He's been spotted and dinked. So 36 HP is all he has to work with versus the double sniper setup plus Vice. All of which is here at the A site. Why? Because the bomb has been thrown out in the open.
Tough round for Fugly. Not a lot he could do here. Fantastic round from Hiko. That was quite the hold. We were watching it all from Vice's perspective because he had so many players in front of him, but Hiko was picking them off one at a time. He was peeling their fingernails off.
Ugh.
Their hands were taped to the steering wheel, and the sun was out, and he was just peeling them off.
Just yesterday,
one
actually,
at a time.
It's funny you
5
bring this
fingers.
up. I
like
watched
players on a team.
I watched the YouTube video, the 10 worst historic forms of torture, and I was pretty shocked actually. Casting with You wasn't on that.
Okay, all right. It would be here all week, literally. Unfortunately.
Yeah, then they send me home. I wonder why.
Actually,
it was actually a great video. So if you guys have a strong stomach, go check it out. One to the 6.
We've seen how dangerous Daps could be.
Yeah, especially with that CZ. I was
CZ,
just
that's his best weapon, I think.
He's had some killer entries just last night here. Oh. But when I say 1 to the 6, it's because he's struggling at the moment to add frags to the board. Ethan throws the bomb into the site. Can't plant it like that. And Sick with a collateral. Crystal with a double. Rogue to a 4-point lead.
There was miscommunication involved. If the bomb of all things is going to go in first, but no one is there to follow behind, and maybe Ethan was just a little bit farther up. Maybe they weren't totally concerned with who had the bomb just because it was an eco round, but they clearly, there was some cognitive dissonance among the ranks. And hopefully there won't be dissension. They are losing, and honestly, some of these rounds are very dominant from Rogue. They're really lighting up the server. It feels like they're going to take this map. We know Inferno wins don't come for free. Teams are getting really good on Inferno. It's a great equalizer in a lot of respects.
Everyone knows that he can keep up the aggression here because Ricky's on the other side of that smoke. I like that, actually. Oh, hey, a free AK. The nade doesn't deal damage, but he gets himself a Kalashnikov.
That's a win. Oh, okay. All right. Easy, breezy, beautiful. Cover boy. You had those commercials?
Yeah.
In rural Canada.
Yes, we still use beauty products. Goodbye, Cirque. Man, is he ever being nullified? 1 kill at the current moment.
Canceled out.
As has Vice. Daps pops his head wide open. Breezy trying to charge forward here, and Hiko into the back of the bomb site, hiding in the corner. Daps doesn't check it, and now it's going to fall onto both Ethan and Breezy, but they're being picked apart. Hiko looking to get himself this third. Ethan trying to gun them down. He knows they're both in front, but no, sir, it's Crystal to seal it off.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Hiko is looking so sharp at the moment. Headshots are good, and you know he plays on a very high sensitivity, but he's looked crispy chicken. He's looking like a fresh, crispy chicken straight out of the fryer.
You know, who takes grilled chicken over crispy chicken?
It's healthier. It's the healthiest thing on the McDonald's menu. I learned that from working there. But unless you're, you know, why are you going to McDonald's, right? If you're trying to be healthy.
Yeah.
So eat a crispy chicken.
Get that double quarter pounder, half pounder.
Yep. Flame broil that guff.
You know, last time I was at an American McDonald's, I found out that double Big Macs aren't a thing there. Which blows my mind.
Really? Wow.
Because like that's like the go-to hangover order.
I'm so surprised. I think there was a point, you know, after Super Size Me where they stopped serving the you can't supersize anything. It was just a health conscious what's that called? Something movement from McDonald's.
I'm more of a chicken.
Can you
guy
supersize
myself.
in Canada though? I don't know. I don't think you
just
can
large.
anymore. Yeah. I miss it. You get a big pop in the middle of summer.
Soda.
Soda.
Dang. These ops, Mohan, are just picking them apart, whether it be gun rounds or like you guys just saw in the anti-eco. The snipers not contested. NRG simply bested. However, they will come in with a buy.
And the rifles on points. Hiko locking down the A site. He's looking like 2014 Hiko. He's looking like, are you kidding me, Hiko?
Yeah,
right
I
now.
was to say that. Andrew's gonna burst in the door any moment now.
Bless you. I like those implosion sneezes. Those are funny. Sounds like what I would believe a star would sound like when it collapses and supernovas and becomes a dwarf.
I try to mute my mic, but I think I sneezed loud enough for yours to still pick it up. So I'm sorry, guys. Bodily functions. At least it's not hiccups. He goes inside of the smoke, lines up one. Vice gets the player that trickles past because he calls it. Says, hey, can't contain them all, but not a problem. Second man handles it fine enough. Cirque, 13 health, 3 opponents. Oh, and the fragmentation blasts him into tomorrow. Fare thee well.
They're going to need his teeth to identify his body. That's crazy. He goes everywhere, man. He was in the smoke for most of that round. Picked a good time to start spraying, got the second guy, jumped out, was in pit, and then all of a sudden he's on the other side of the smoke getting a kill in lane. And that is, to me, like one of the hallmarks of a good player. It's just someone who just appears like, you got a picture with that x-ray, right? It just appears like you're everywhere all the time.
And I like the way that he lets the first player go past, doesn't actually shoot his gun. You know, that was a conscious decision. And then once the first player's past him, he calls out, someone pick up the pieces because I'm about to go off, then spams the door, knowing that the rest of NRG are going to come inwards, assuming the proximity had been cleared. What a wild surprise. Spencer Martin, everybody.
Few players up in lane and sitting in front of a smoke at Arch. I don't know if they want to come through this. They're thinking about it though. It's on their mind, but Ricky's also watching it. Would have been the not a very unexpected play for a team to go through a Arch smoke. It happens. Going into an op versus with the pistols is not such a bad idea though. So Ricky tries to refresh it, re-peeks, and gets a nice kill as they all cross past him into CT spawn, unknown territory.
Dabs blasts his way through library, so that's a weapon procured. An offense obscured for just a second. Back in control here for NRG in terms of the CT spawn. And they're running wildly towards the B site. Crystal tries to nail the off angle, but instead all he does is die. A wave of terrorism running forward, running rampant, and then making contact with Sick, who also can't contain it. This is an upset round from NRG. They had armor and CZs. Not meant to be, but beautifully put together.
Yeah, they just went on they're all just one after each other, 1 foot after the last, on the train to Choo Choo Town. God, choked on his water.
You can't say that when I'm drinking, man. I almost just
You're
spewed
not
water
supposed to be
all over these
drinking,
monitors.
drinking on the job, eh, Connor? Old habits.
Die hard.
Die hard, exactly. You're looking like Bruce Willis right now, with more hair.
Choo-choo down. Woo.
The joke that shouldn't be funny.
No, because it's not funny. It's really not. It just makes me laugh. It's nervous laughter.
We are all worried, but none more worried than NRG, even though they won that round. What was that, man? That's the round they win? They've only got 3 in total.
Yeah, not supposed to happen. But I mean, when you start getting to this point in the half, round 12, and you can rob one away, that's perfect timing. You know, especially if it kind of kicks open the door to a follow-up.
Yep.
They can still finish the half with 6, but they need to find a way to shut down and cool off some of these rogue players. Looking more like warriors than rogues.
Rogue Warriors. That sounds like something, like a team name or something.
Rogue warriors.
I don't know. Not it isn't, but it might. Good damage dealt. Where'd those nades hit? Down bottom banana. Oh god, op shot missed. It can't even fall back. That spot's taken.
Ooh, him and Crystal do get the chance to eject as Ricky skewers one and apps. Shish kebab.
Speared.
Impaled.
That's the last one. I don't have another one. Sorry.
I win this time.
That's the best one, yeah.
That was actually the #1 form of torture. That was awful.
Oh, yeah.
Impaled, yeah. Yeah.
I can actually go into great detail about that because I know something about like a technique that they use, but it's just I don't want. That's too graphic.
A little too graphic for
Yeah,
Facebook.
you'll have to hit me up on Twitter for that one.
Slide in those DMs if you want nightmares for life. Big old push-up arch side. This is how they actually used the CZs to rob around previously, but Ricky is going to self-flash ×2, and NRG blinded by the light. Although, not turned away from it. Going to continue inwards. Ricky missing a shot again. Is going to enable Ethan to just pick this site apart, but Hiko hides in the corner.
Oh, good malt. Oh, it might not be a good malt. They need to do that. What's that spray? Oh, Cirque. He needed to nail that one. Daps is low too.
Still, though, I mean, Hiko, he hits them at a crucial moment because what it does is it prevents NRG from making a move. They're still within this bomb site, isolated and scared. But they're using the verticality of the boxes to try and offset crosshairs. Not going to convince Crystal to miss. Cirque now in the corner, getting spammed through the wall. Distracts him, but still he hits the shot and the flick to Sick. No! Cannot find the last one. That's
No
a
kit?
10th for
Oh, he's a kid,
Rogue.
okay.
I think.
Well, I think
It's
I don't know.
close.
Couldn't find that bomb, but yeah, he's just barely got it. Nice round from Crystal. Good kill in the post plant. Once the spot is known on the other side, on the corner of the site, it's clear what the setup is. It's just so common to do, but Cirque still almost wins it anyway. He actually led Crystal, so he probably would have just won if he hit above the waist on the first shot in the first place. Rogue had 10 though, and Ethan seems to be the only way that NRG have a way of winning these rounds with his amazing entries, but. Apart from that, there's not too many things going for them. Good kill. Another entry from Ethan.
I was just about to say, bring him up. He will deliver. I think he's been the most consistent player for NRG, actually. He's come up.
This is dangerous. Crystal's tagged down low. Might just die. Nope.
Little damage control with the sniper. Chuck it out of the map. Get it out of here.
Get it out of here. I'm walking here, huh?
Hey!
Hey!
I'm walking
here.
But walk they must, because you make any sort of a sound, you're going to see that rotation from Rogue just double down into the A site.
Oh.
I don't think Rogue are going to take any chances. Just play off contact. Go all in.
Wow, look at this. They really have four over at A. They are ready for this.
There are many eggs in this basket.
They're gonna fake. Are they gonna fake B? I wonder if they fake B. Is there a fallback? Oh, everyone's actually going towards B. The bomb is going towards B. That's the right side. How'd they know that?
Vac.
Bunch of smart guys on this team. Thank you. Yeah. Try so hard to sound like an educated, mature person that is better than the chat, but instead, sometimes that slips out. Just to remind you guys, we are not any different from you. I say back all the time.
Good.
Back.
Silent retake attempt from Crystal, just seeing how far he can get his fingers in the cookie jar before the lid slams down.
Oh my god, that was terrifying. Oh, That's a quite a Molotov. Gotta like that one.
Good trade from Vice as well. Ricky find himself anything other, but Eco could keep it going. No, Cirque with a double. The Bulgarian Beast.
Interesting. You know, Rogue really pulled the goalie, rotating everybody out towards A, and NRG for just, I don't know. It feels like they just reverse gambled almost. They just assumed that it was going to be a lighter attempt on the B side. Maybe they've known that Rogue, if they're going to have B presence, they'll go and try to retrieve some more information at B. And since they didn't do that, maybe they had evacuated. Maybe it was complete luck. You never know.
We talked about using baseball analogies in video games, and I want to give you a +1 for pull the goalie.
Pull the goalie?
Yeah. Use a little hockey reference here.
Yeah. To really pull the goalie there.
A little hockey.
We'll have hockey sack.
Poor Ricky. What a flashbang. At least he's got the teammates to try and trade, but unfortunately for them, they've all been slain. It is Ethan, Breezy, and Fugly across the kill feed to the favor of NRG. The push from Fugly denied, turned back, and since there's nothing left to fight for following this 15th round, let's watch Rogue attempt the retake with a man disadvantage.
Yeah, Chris is getting real aggressive, and Cirque is there to pick up the pieces.
Putting together a mosaic.
Mosaic. I've never heard it pronounced like that.
How do you say it?
Mosaic?
Oh, that's definitely the right way. Yeah, because the A comes before the I.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe you could pull it off, but I was just surprised.
Let's see if Sick can pull it out of the hat.
Oh!
He starts with a headshot.
That's something. Oh my gosh.
Can't get the follow-up. Cirque just so good, like you said, at picking up those pieces, right?
Yeah.
Anytime something seems to be going badly, Cirque slips into the
The
situation.
insurance policy.
Wingman saves the day.
Yeah, gets you laid.
Really gets in there.
The double smoke.
The double smoke walkthrough.
Wait, where are we cutting to this one? What happened to the three kills from Ricky? Ricky.
I mean, we used to have dirty Pete, now we get quick flick Rick.
That's true. You see the Cloud9 are opening up applications to join the team to everybody, and there was a lot of replies on that thread on Twitter, including Pete.
It's been a while since we've seen Peter.
It's
Last
true.
played on NRG, if I'm not... No, sorry, Dignitas. Before they lost their roster.
Oh, true.
So really, his last team was NRG.
Very different roster. Yeah, it's crazy how much a team can do for your brand. Like, the logo just looks so much stronger, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool. Like it.
United changed their logo recently.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they just took the E United away from the logo. It was EU with the E United written underneath.
Okay.
They just took the word out.
You know what? Simplification is never bad.
Nope. Nope, not at all.
That's called oversimplification.
Facilitates branding and merchandise. And I'm not going to help you with pistols, though. Let's see whether Ethan can be the difference maker. Falls back into the safety of Stew Box.
Molotov whiffs.
So much chip damage on all these T's, but he just can't connect it to the brain.
This is a big round, man. Roger 10-5. I mean, NRG started to get good at the end of that half, but
Pistol could spell disaster.
pistol could spell disaster. And that is a great Scrabble word. Very long. Lots of points.
8 letters.
8 letters. The real test to see if you're a nerd, just to ask you how many points that would be.
Uses up all your vowels, though. Gotta be careful
That'd
with
be
that.
a problem, yeah. But you're probably going to hit a triple score on that, no matter where you're writing it from. Oh my gosh, okay.
Bomb blows up, and Rogue are going to nab themselves a pistol round, which could most certainly spell the difference here. Of course, it was the boys of Rogue to win the first pistol, too. So,
Yeah. Very different scoreline without it, but that doesn't matter to either NRG or Rogue. They look strong at the beginning, maybe they can end strong. Ricky goes for the SIG.
Smack 10s.
Smack 10s, I like that. That's a good strat name. Smack 10.
Popularized by the Vega Squadron. I'd say at least on Inferno. Some crazy wild runs. I think half their keyboards have stuck W keys.
Oh, is that why they're like that? Deep grenade. Fugly's just holding a smoke where I think there's one player spotting. That's Ethan. Just to see if anybody crosses so they can wait the most amount of time possible. Double grenade. This is going to be looking like it could be for oranges. Oh, a little bit too. I don't know. He might have just moved slightly as soon as he heard the jump. I'm not sure.
Gonna have to shake the pieces out of his beautiful hair. Lucky to be alive. As you said, those nades could have done some serious damage.
Aren't we all?
Still calls the rotate over. Mr. Cirque is in position. Doesn't have the Kevlar because he's saving for the op. But do not write him off. Because a CZ can make a difference. With the smoke going down on both the offensive and defensive positioning, it is, of course, the clash of the CZs quickly throwing themselves into the pile of bodies that came charging forward. If it wasn't for Rikke, maybe they hit more of a brick wall.
That really did seem like the most important kill right there. Just if Rikke kills Fugly or Fugly just gets a kill and falls back. They've got a smoke now, I think, for Banana. It's not a great smoke. No, it ends up working out pretty well. It's a little deep, but that's the choke point that both players on the CG side wanted to come through, so they won't even have the ability to attempt a retake with enough time to make it viable. Can they get a gun? They can't actually do that either. Some of the guns are right in front of that smoke, but I don't even know. Are they just... It looks like they're just going to save, not even look for a way to get exits? Or are they just waiting to join hands first? Yeah.
You know, if you're going to die, you don't want to die alone.
That's true. In life...
It's a pretty big goal, I think, of a lot of people.
For sure. It's kind of sad, aiming a little low right there, I feel.
The reality is we all die alone.
I never understood that. Like, what if you died, like, holding someone's hand?
Yeah, but they didn't die. Unless they die with you, you're dying alone. Oh. It's like if I hold my breath, even next to you, you're breathing alone.
Well, certainly two guys have died together, yeah?
Yeah,
one point.
That's true.
Are they lucky?
No. Yes, all right. Okay.
It's
I see your point here.
Almost certainly most not natural causes.
I feel your point. We're all born alone, at least.
Are we?
No, twins. God damn it.
Just like Counter-Strike, there's always some ludicrous exception to the rule.
I still have a feeling twins are actually developed in the lab.
That's a conspiracy I'd like to get into.
Could be the round to do it, seeing as we don't have much hardware for NRG yet again, so it's been a very lopsided affair here on Inferno, and this is normally a map that NRG are great at. So.
Oh yeah, no, they're usually amazing at this, and it is usually their CT side in specific that I like a lot, but it
hasn't had much of a chance to get rolling with the nature of the first half's beast.
We'll see that next round, if we see it. It's the nomadic rotation from 5 players into A. Via the library. Oh. But it looks like Rogue have other plans. Just like NRG. Similar thing where they're just moving away into the other site. Oh my gosh, they're not stopping the trek. They are on a school field trip. And it's the beginning of the day. Looks like they made a stop at Tim Hortons, but now here on down mid, Daps gets 1 kill at least, but that's a lot of information gathered from Rogue to get an empty site. They have banana control, and once again, NRG will have to hide. They only got a Mac 10 out of that, so it's not really much. Big old smack 10. What are you looking up now?
I was looking at, you said nomadic, so I started to think about when we actually changed from a nomadic to stationary species. And some of the oldest cities actually propped up in Mesopotamia about 10,000 years ago. So
that's a while.
Yeah, we've been roaming the earth far longer than we've been sitting.
That was 100 people ago.
100 people.
That all lived 100 years.
Yeah. I mean, if that's your average, that's true. You're mathematically factual.
But in reality, we didn't live very long. 50, even like our last generation, or a couple of generations ago, we were getting picked off quick.
Imagine living in a time where the average lifespan was like 35 years old.
And you think,
you're
wow,
35 and you're old?
I got a friend who's 35.
Wow, you're 35, you still have all your teeth?
Wow, you must be so smart for 35. All your wisdom.
Oh boy, fast one. Here comes Rogue. Looking to just charge forward into Banana. Ethan gonna let one slip by. Can't manage to hang on. And even though it lost them a lot of HP, Rogue still established some map control, but it's taken back by Daps. And then Rogue are gone.
Just like that. They put on the cloaks and disappear. Smoke bombs are out. They have hightailed it to A. Oh, they're going for the split. Oh, Cirque misses what could be a critical shot. He's not going to anticipate this, is he? Oh, wait, what's happening? They're changing the game plan.
This is the old 1, 2, 3, 4 combo. Left, right, left, left. It's not left them with much, because Breeze is just cutting them down one after another. It's all on Hiko. 1/4 the health and a minute to the clock. Needs some headshots instantly.
Oh.
And he manages the first.
How does he do this with such low HP? Oh my goodness.
Mohan, he's got the second, but no,
he's an off
sir.
two.
It's Cirque to go around that corner and close it all off.
He's been big at the end of the rounds a lot of the times, but wow.
That's an important one for NRG. Very crucial. We just talked about it, right? Coming into the gun rounds, and they're not going to get many of those chances, seeing as the nature of the first round, plus both pistols here for Rogue. So,
Rogue still buying, though.
And what's wild as well is take into consideration, you know, if Hiko dies with 3 players alive, then NRG can start to make that comeback happen.
Yeah.
Now with just 1 up, it's like if Rogue manage a 14th, we could be looking at a dilapidated buy.
Ooh, dilapidated. Confunkled. Dilapidated, decayed, deteriorated, or fallen into a partial ruin, especially through neglect or misuse.
I like the energy.
I tried to read it like a computer would read it.
I mean, you are a bot.
Oh, okay, that's good. I like that. I actually have
Corner 2. Mohan, none.
none. Gonna have to pull the goalie soon.
Oh, that's yeah. I'd give you a point, right? I played myself.
Oh man, timing shot. Turn 3.
4th time's the charm, but no, it doesn't rattle off that one.
It's been a long time since college.
That's true.
For all of us.
When I started casting Counter-Strike, I was still in school.
There's a joke there, but I couldn't figure it out. Maybe if this was like map 3 of the day, map 2 of the day,
You can't make fun of me because you dropped out too.
I would have roasted you so hard. Yeah, that was the problem. That significantly reduces the amount of ammo that I have.
Yeah, we're both losers.
We're both losers.
But are we really?
Depends who you ask.
Yeah, that's very true. Subjectiveness.
I met up with my high school teacher and told her I'd probably make more money than her. Like 2 days ago.
Like 50 Cent. And Biggie Schmalls.
Sad, by the way, high school teachers.
Yeah. I mean,
It's wrong.
We laugh.
That was a terrible joke. I
yeah.
shouldn't have made it.
Yeah. The education system needs to be properly credited.
So,
Compensated.
Yep. Oof.
Daps can compensate for the fact that they opened up this A site to the side of Rogue. They allowed them so close, but it's at that final hurdle. They've cut them all down. They're floundering this opportunity. Hiko not going to pull out another 1v3 clutch attempt. Look at the way that Hiko and Co were kind of face-to-face trying to grab bomb. You can see how the frantic 10-second situation really allowed for that to unfold to the favor of Daps.
That's just so much damage that he's dealing right there.
Look at him. They're pushing each other.
Yeah, right there. Oh, what's happening? And Hiko finally comes in. Dab's just huge there. And it's, you know, that's just the classic crossfire that you get from site to pit that we're all used to seeing. And it's, when it works, it works. There's not a whole lot you can do, especially that late on. But they had a good approach to it. I think they all got really close. I can't really blame their explosivity or lack thereof and call to that as a reason why they didn't win the round. They definitely went up together, but they couldn't join for the frags.
So we'll start this one off. NRG starting to really lay down the law. And getting through rounds like this unscathed, they're very important. And they've gone ahead and done it. All 5 up, not a single tick of damage taken here by NRG.
Yeah, those are the rounds where you beat up the car in Street Fighter, and if you can't button mash fast enough, which is supposed to be easy, you don't get as many points as you would need or like to have before you get to the end of the game, which you already know you can beat.
Never played Street Fighter either.
Third Strike? Never played Third Strike?
Nope. Only fighting game I played is
You ever had like
Smash.
a convenience store with an arcade machine in it?
No, that does sound convenient.
Yeah.
Games on the go, just like Ethan. Runs right down Banana, decimates Rogue with a little bit of aggression. And that's what they were talking about on the analyst desk, was the, you know, NRG's susceptibility to falling to aggression. You kind of...
A liege on liquid.
Yeah. You start playing forcefully, they sometimes crack, but once they start to get to play those sorts of scenarios, then all hell breaks loose. Rogue, with such a good start to this game, do have the ability to contain it, but they're not going to be given too many more chances if they're letting rounds slip this quick. Remember, 0 deaths for NRG in the previous anti-eco, and now they're already standing in a 5v4 with a huge health gap.
Yeah, and then they maybe get another anti-eco after this, so sitting real pretty at the moment. Not so pretty, Ricky. Ethan does a little bit of damage, and he's here on patrol just to spot.
What's a better name? Quick Flick Rick or Slick Flick Rick? Or Quick Slick Flick Rick?
Yeah, I think you're... It's, I don't know, you're splitting hairs. They both sound good. Do you have one?
I think I like Slick Rick.
Slick Rick, yeah. Pretty
He's
Ricky.
cool. You know, he's a poker player after all.
It's true. Comes his hair back.
Goes inwards. Crystal actually goes outwards. A little too far ahead of his team. No longer a single cohort, but rather a fractured offense. And because of that, it is all cut down.
They're getting tons of space. You know, they get up to the site, and that is a really important part of the entire round. It all kind of accumulates around the top of Banana, or in the case of A, you know, at the edge of apartments or in lane, and they are managing to do that with high numbers. But the site holds themselves are so much better than NRG. They just don't seem very afraid. It really doesn't feel like Rogue are going to get those entries. And so I don't know what it is about Rogue not being able to get away with that. But it's with the amount of talent that Rogue have, I just don't really see why they shouldn't be able to at least make it more competitive when they get that much map control.
Whoa. Cirque eats one to the face. Ricky inwards, daps with a beautiful little spray down. I mean, listen, it's just Kevlar armor, but still 3 swift headshots from Daps. And Breeze locks it down on the attempted entry. So NRG soaring forward now with rounds. Double digits are found.
Yeah, look at the opulence. They've just got so much money left over. Just as you pointed out, that eco round they kept 5. Well, last round they kept 4, and this round they keep 4 as well. Or 5?
4. Cirque died.
For Cirque died, okay. Yeah. Not something you can usually afford, but definitely in this circumstance where they win. Molotov to the top Banana. Vice, excuse me, gonna get up here. And has to expel the smoke just to find safety. NRG start to fall back. Let's see how they approach Banana once again, because it seems like they want it. And it has been something that NRG has either won at the bottom or the top Banana. It just seems like B has been closed.
Yeah, shut down. No easy feat getting past Mr. Ethan. They will still head that direction, so they're going to try their hand once again. You kind of brought up the fact that there's been this separation in the offense every time it starts to round these corners. They kind of get lost in the sauce when it boils down to pushing in.
Yeah, look how much space they're giving them. You know, they're playing the most basic CT side ever, where they're just giving up a lot of the map control. They're not even throwing a smoke down late. They're just... this is looking like one of those
Only
liquid
Crystal would
execs.
climb over the boxes.
Oh,
Starting to make that move. He rounds them instead. Good flashbang, but it's not enough to get them off the mark. Ethan with a double. Vice drops him, and then Fugly on top of it. So luckily for NRG, they still got those kills before dying. And luckily for Rogue, Vice has looked to make a difference. But even though he sits on 12 health, he needs Sick to help him out. Both the terrorists over towards Coffin side, and now it does fall to just Hunter Mims. Flashbang goes high, bounces off both walls. Now he's going to be fixated into the duel, and he hits both. Now the third, no! He tries to whip it all around, but it all gets away from him. Breezy gets into the smoke, defuses bomb, and NRG survive.
He will
another
catch you
wild
off
round.
guard with plays like that all the time. We saw that happen on Cash. It was a very just tame few rounds, and then suddenly he gets the 1v4 from Oranges on B site, and we know that he's capable of making that happen. But that was still a much better round from NRG than anything else. But now we can kind of see where it's falling apart. The 2 entries come from Vice after, you know, the first 2 kills go down, and there's just so much time in that fight that things like maybe they could have been a bit sharper. We saw what they were trying to do. I think it was like very close to what Liquid did with the way they would execute. Here, Ethan will once again kill Vice at the bottom of Banana. Did a great job applying so much pressure that it really didn't seem like he was going to get all the way down here, but he did once again. And I would definitely rather. It feels like I'd rather be NRG than Rogue at this point.
Yeah, that's fair to say. This has been now 6 rounds in a row. Picked up by NRG, and the only T-sided rounds from Rogue come off pistol and conversions. They have lost their banana control once more. This time it's Sick and Crystal to combine for the quick entries. You're going to watch Daps just try to push himself as fast as possible. Does get into position as smoke is plumed. Does he run through this? I hope not. Caught, regardless, by Hiko through smoke. Breezy already tagged up low as well. So this one's not looking good for NRG unless Cirque can pull this out of the hat. But look at the health launders. I mean, that's what really spells trouble.
Oh yeah, they're actually out of there. Rogue had 14 off that rush. And Ethan was, once again, got that kill. I mean, to get both kills off top Banana was pretty surprising. So great for Rogue that they were able to do it. Don't know if they'll be able to do it again. It seems like they are intent on giving attention to Banana. They really want to make sure that that's not a spot that NRG have for free. And I respect that. I like that a lot. So maybe they can take that same tenacity into our next round, and then we'll see. We'll see, because that could be all they need, you know. NRG do have enough money to be able to buy the save 2 here, which is big, so maybe they'll be fine even on match point if Rogue take it there. But also overall, very solid round from Rogue Gaming. Going Rogue GG.
Sponsored by Steve Aoki.
Oh yeah! Wow.
It's cool, right? How
That's
some of these
crazy.
teams, like, they have that one big personality associated with
I
them.
used to love Steve Aoki.
Big Shaq with NRG. Actually, Big Shaq's a completely different person.
Yes,
Just Shaq.
That's a comedian from the UK.
Just Shaq, who is big.
Exactly.
Just the other day, I saw that clip. Remember when E-League kind of had this weird crossover with the NBA when it first came out, and there was this like Thorin bantering with Shaq.
Yeah, that was great. The weight loss.
Yeah,
Whip, that
how
was
about a
very
weight
good.
loss
That was the
competition?
perfect thing. I love that.
I love that Thorin in the face of Shaq
Yeah. Oh,
still walks away with one. Flash goes high.
how wide will the swing be? Ooh, the Molotov instead. No need to take a fight with an Opper, especially on a dry peak with an AK. You don't need to. The Cirque just comes right back. They throw the Molotov. They don't use it at all. I don't know. I guess they just want to make him scared, but he's not. The Bulgarian bull. He's strong like ox.
Well, eventually, they just replace those flames with their very own. A scorched earth on the wraparound towards the A site, and an unoccupied trail over towards Arch, until now that Daps has been blown off of his position. It's going to fall to Breezy inside of the pit. He can serve as a fantastic anchor, but it's not going to make his job easier when Crystal cuts off the rotations, and he only gets one spray down. So Cirksop has to come up big. It's a 2v2, and he's all alone. Dropping another body, he cannot get the closer kill, so Ethan rotates in from Arch as Vice will plant this bomb. These have been the two most impressive players per team, but Vice blindsided. He's caught on the corner, and that's the crucial error that gives NRG a 12.
Oh my god, he just needed to worry about that one moment there. Got caught on the box. I don't know if he would have gotten away, but decides to try to walk out to lane, which I feel like, I don't know, maybe it was risky in the first place. Could he have just sat there? Obviously, everything makes sense in retrospect, but what a flick from Cirque. Blindingly fast, even though it was only a short one, and he just really bailed out NRG there. But even so, Rogue had the hardest route to victory going to A. He had to kill 4 people just to get the bomb down. So they barely got away with that one. I mean, 2 players even died for free, but man, the hero plays don't stop.
They just keep coming.
They keep coming.
They just keep coming.
Rogue's got a lot of money now. I mean, sorry, not a lot, but NRG don't have much money now, and they both got to buy. So I think we're in that anyone's game territory.
My favorite place to be.
Anyone's game.
The unknowingness, the uncertainty. Bless you.
Thank you. Sneezing out my mouth. Another day in the office.
Flashes high, smokes follow suit. Vice cut down instantly. Fugly on top of the new box. Oh, a third one as he just emulates. And that is glorious. What a solid hold here from Fugly, like a rock in the back of the bomb site. Ricky and Hiko, and they will punish the peek up from Ethan, so they have actually managed to open up this B site. It's not the first time where we see NRG establish first bits of control, but then Rogues still fight their way into this.
Yeah, yeah, and they have hope for sure. They could get, whoa, I don't know if that spam is what needs to happen at the moment, but they clearly can't see what we can see. Good flash, however, and Hiko, ooh, takes a slight bit of damage, but the trade is there. It's a good spacing that wins the round for NRG. They get in there, making it easy for Daps to have to kill Hiko, even though he knew where the next fight was coming from. Readjusting is not so easy.
Rogue looking at an average of what seems like $3,000 here. Big question is, do you give up NRG's 14th round? And I'd say yes. Don't even try it. Man, another 30-round game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, neither of the last two games were 30 rounds.
And they were plus 30.
Plus 30. Over 60 rounds those last two matches. I'm glad I slept for 12 hours.
Got that extra gas in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna hit anybody with that frag. Actually, we've got still 2 flashbangs and a smoke for Crystal, so I like that Rogue, even coming in light, will still have some utility. And the Rec 9 on Hiko. Cirque's fully blinded, so the first flash pays off, and the fact that the smoke then hits his feet means they could wrap in through CT, and they've done so, finding Ethan. Six going to keep an eye towards the back because they know Cirque should be in library side, seeing as he was smoked off, and he misses a chance to cut down the numbers, so it is a 4v4 with an AK on the paws of Vice.
Last time they did this, I think they killed Fugly in the B site. Oh my god, Sick is looking for that. He sees another pistol. He's happy to go fight. Fugly's position is now known, and oh my god, a player dies in the A site. What's happening here? The bomb's at B.
This is such a wild ride.
Rotation's out. Cirque, he's going to be the man of the hour. He needs to hit this shot, and he is ready for it. But what is happening at the moment? Is he going to make a bad move? What?
Hiko right through the edge of the wall. Not going to get the final kill. It will be down to the clutch once more.
One more try, Vice. One more try.
21 and 17. Up there with 2 other players from his team. Hiko and Ricky have been great, but now it comes down to the clutch. And Fugly far away. Oh, and he's hiding behind the wood, so Fugly's probably going to make a bit of a ruckus. Vice just allowing for him to get up close. He knows, but if he goes for the peek, he'll nail it. That is overtime secured here by Rogue. A T side that seemed to be falling flat, and yet at the end of it, they piece some rounds together. That's exactly what NRG did, Mohan, picking up 3 of the last 4 in the first half.
Unreal. And they have what? They have no money. I mean, they're buying to 0 because they have to. Ethan and Fugly only have CZs. Finally, they have Rogue have just actually eaten through all of that bank.
That's a prime example of a round where just $700 of grenades can make a difference. The flashbang pushed Cirque off, the smoke at his face allowed for that wraparound, and then the pistols you invest into can win a couple duels. But if it's not for the utility, they could have got cut down, and, well, you saw the numbers game, 1v1. So can they finish it off, or will NRG throw a wild curve back into their faces because they've managed a 5 versus 2, turned 1, a force buy back from NRG. This game is not yet over. But Ricky will get a chance to make it hurt, economically at least. Waiting for the feet, instead he spots the head. Will get himself another kill, but he's got no bomb. NRG taking us the distance.
Yeah, Ricky would love to save here, but they are probably going to want to try to find him. I think NRG buying to 0 means they want to hang on to these guns as well for the next round. Rogue, on the other hand, oh, they're just going to have nothing left, huh? Holy smokes. I was thinking because they won that eco they saved, they'll have some left over, and Vice can at least say that he does just because he was the last person who lived, but that's it. We're going to double OT.
Looking like it.
One would definitely assume. I personally, like, I don't know, saying this after the fact, lots of anti-ecos are won going into halls, but I personally don't understand going into halls versus, I'd never call that because it's just pistol heaven. Every angle is, it puts you on the most even plane with another pistol as you could possibly ask for, and they can peek faster than you, so what advantage do you have going into halls as a T? You get some information, but how comfortable do you feel with a pistol in halls? You feel like you're always going to get the kill.
What kind of mismatched buy will they piece together? It'll be real patchwork. Opt for Rikke, AK on Vice, 3 P250s. Excuse me, 2 plus a Deke.
Oh yeah, Fast-B, I like that. Oh my god, running through this.
Like Vice gonna win that duel, costs him so much health, however. Luckily, the whole team has Kevlar at least. So he can swap that AK out.
Oh.
Whoa, don't get caught in the Molotovs. This is looking dangerous. NRG striking as Rogue tried to figure out the fine-tuned details of the weapon swap. Making noise with bomb as well.
Oh, rookie spots ahead. They can Molotov the corner, isolate a player here, and they might go through the smoke on this. I don't know if they actually throw that Molotov or not, but that could be a prime opportunity. Daps is actually now going to fall back, but there's 3 people here to support at B.
And all the while, Breezy's been pushed up onto the A site. That's why the rotate comes.
Just think about what he can see. All of alt mid and mid.
The longer Rogue wait here, the more certain NRG can be that they are most close as can be.
Whoa.
Careful. Stray bullets can be a real danger. Cirque has actually moved positions from CT spawn into the depths of the bomb site, so they are 100% certain that it's coming, and they would be right in deciding so. Cirque cuts down the front runner, Hiko with a pistol trade, but then comes Ethan off the coffins. Rikke's gonna have to do the unthinkable, and it's not gonna happen. Overtime forced by NRG. 3 games on the mainstream, pushed past regulation.
Yeah, and it was a hard-fought battle both ways. Honestly, part of me is not surprised. But holy smokes, Rogue, they really did blow a lead, huh? They had a
10-5 half plus the pistol.
Yeah, and so then they win an eco in round 29.
You could argue that the T side from Rogue was actually less convincing than that of NRG.
Right.
Because NRG needed gun rounds and gun rounds through and through.
Exactly.
So let's not get caught up in the pedantics, however.
For sure. I think, you know, in OT, you got to give it to NRG, right? You think, all right, they've just got so much data now that they're going to feel even more comfortable. They kind of feel like they had to earn their way back here anyway, so this is one of the best possible outcomes they could have asked for. Well, in terms of mood, I would say NRG are mood happy.
Yeah. Mood's good.
Mood good. Job done.
What is that from?
Warcraft.
Right. Why do I know that then?
I've said it before. It's like the little worker on the orcs.
Oh, I know that from Hearthstone.
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 They don't say job done in Hearthstone. I don't think, do they?
I think one of them does.
Yeah. I guess they could. I don't play it. It's the Warcraft world.
Hearthstone?
Hearthstone, yeah.
Not Hearthstone?
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Job done.
Job done. Match is live, Connor.
Is it?
It says it right there in green text on the screen. That's the only 1.6 text that we've got left. I don't know where that comes from, but it's so old school looking.
Did you know that yellow is the color that catches the human eye more than any other?
Do you know why the crosshairs are green in Counter-Strike?
No.
It stands out the best against any color in the rainbow.
Really?
Yeah.
My crosshair is green.
One way to stand out. Whoa.
So is that.
Ricky.
Picking up a quick flick.
Quick flick, Rick.
Must have been. Was that from Down Banana? I didn't quite catch where Ethan was at. I just know he's been so consistent outside of the B bomb site. Look at Rogue go. A 5v3 the moment they get into overtime would be so good for them.
Classic. I mean, it is then, because it happened.
That's true. But that's assuming it continues successfully. So, which it has. Until Fugly lines him up.
Look, you don't see the damage? Just got melted.
AUG.
3 bullets. All you need.
Gonna get that bomb in. Vice to the back of the site. Waits a second.
Definitely put that bomb down. Oh my gosh.
Fugly. Is he single-handedly gonna shut this down? Because he's got himself 4.
You're kidding.
The ace. He's knocking on the door. And 6 hiding in the graveyard. Dropped by Cirque. What a multi-frag here from Fugly. Looking rather beautiful.
No way they won that. It was a 5v3. Holy smokes. We
This
don't
one
even see
right
the
here.
first two, just... Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's an Og commercial. If we got 3 Ogs, when people are converting.
It was like, all right.
All right, well, that's proof.
That's so funny. Haven't seen an AUG in the hands of Daps or Ethan.
Right. then
Actually, I think Daps had one.
suddenly like, all right, well, I'm on board.
You've convinced me.
2v4, 2v5.
That is conversion therapy right there.
Right. That's the stuff that's conversion therapy that is probably more that should be allowed. That should be legal.
That's the good one. I think the sound of the AUG is something else that I like. It's just meaty.
Actually, something I don't like. That's interesting. Maybe it's just because it's unfamiliar. I don't know.
No, it's because you're wrong.
Oh, I thought it was more subjective than that, but that's kind of sad to learn.
Wow, Rogue, they look so good coming out of the gates of OT. But that's a gate that was just closed in their face. They're going to try to jar it back open by hitting up the arch side, making contact with Cirque and combining both Vice and 6 damage to take him down. Ethan rounding the corner now. Whoa, a lot of targets to try and take. He's being pretty overwhelmed in many a direction. Pinched in through CT spawn. The B site belongs to Rogue.
What is going to happen? Suddenly Rogue are winning, like they're doing so good on these T rounds. Even that last one they did really well. But I feel like Ethan's not going to buy an AUG next round. I feel like that's off the table. Daps, who knows? Still on the board. I think the big thing is just not knowing if they can scope or not. Like that's the weird part. I feel like it doesn't take that much time to scope. I think it's just weird to think, oh wait, should I?
Yeah. When you hit a certain like proximity, I don't think you should.
Mm-hmm.
Because you also don't want to shoot while you scope.
Okay, Daps has it sorted out, huh? Oh my god. Go defuse.
This is crazy. Not only did they like Valve, you can't just give us 2 huge game-changing, changes.
I like it.
First of all, the economy.
Do it.
And now the fact that we're gonna move into the scope guns.
Disagree. Hard to disagree. Go for it.
No, I'm all for it. But I mean, it's a lot to handle.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a man of consistency.
Yeah. This
can
is
handle
the
so much change at a
antithesis of
time.
consistency. Oh, they did rebuy it. Ethan's gonna give it a second shot.
A whirl.
He seemed like the most uncomfortable there, but it was a kind of a crazy situation. So. Ricky. Slick Rick. Give him the stick. Stick A.
Sticky Ricky?
Sticky Ricky. Ugh.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound fun. That sounds unhygienic.
Hygienic.
God. Stop! Says Cirque as he catches Crystal. And a follow-up. Shadow gives way of Vice. What an utter lockdown here on the A site. It is 4 players down and the 5th to be found in just a moment's notice. You know what the worst part is? Is that right before I said unhygienic, I thought to myself, is it genic or genic?
Really?
Yeah. And then
you didn't know?
Well, I was second guessing myself because it's one of those words. It's like,
I would love to save you from this mental anguish that you're experiencing, but I don't know what.
It's a word that when I started casting, I used to use, and I stopped saying it because I would pronounce it wrong every time, even though I know it's right.
Unpossible? Oh.
No, that just happened the other day.
That's actually a fresh wound.
Yeah, still hurts.
Thanks for pouring salt in it.
Unhygienic.
Unhygienic. I know it's unhygienic. Sometimes my lips don't follow my brain.
Okay. Well, it's just that's really what life is all about, right? Is trying to align the mind and the body.
It's true. Finding your
It's an ongoing battle.
finding the inner balance, and that's what's happened here on Inferno. The score balanced out, pushing us into overtime and giving NRG an edge after that first 3. But now we have the swapping of the sides, the changing of the guard.
Did I just go from spawn to spawn?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good that you said that and then that happened.
True.
That's why you did it.
Thank you, Marcus. I'm assuming it's him and not Prius.
It's never Prius if it's a good thing. It's Marcus.
Hot-footed Ethan jumping all around that banana.
Bouncing around.
Get up, and get down.
Zerk.
Blinded by the light. Still tagged up. Sick tries to follow suit. Onto Ethan.
Oh,
Cannot nail enough damage, but the frag does nothing.
Wow, that was disappointing.
I thought it was going to blast Cirque to smithereens.
That was the fluffiest of sprays.
Blown back to Bulgaria. That is not the case. So all of NRG's pieces are still standing, but not all of them on the most stable of legs.
Looking like a Winamp equalizer.
Daps and Cirque with shaky knees. A wobbly stance and still a valiant effort to split this A site. Crystal and Graveyard comes up, cannot connect the kill. It's only Hiko who's managed one from these CTs, and Sick just gets one. This is NRG looking for an 18th immediately on their T side.
4 players all get a kill on a site, so literally had to work the hardest again to get into the site. This time NRG, but they do what they need to do. The hold needed to be better, straight up. Just got to do a bit better.
Just got to get good.
Couldn't do it.
And instead, they've gotten gone.
Ricka can't win this.
Dang gammit.
Dang Garmit.
Yeah, I'm really shocked that's a word.
Gamut?
Yeah. I thought it was like a, you know, like a hillbillyism.
A hillbillyism. Caconism.
You know, we talked about all the greatest Canadian players yesterday, and we never mentioned Odig.
That's a Cacona.
How do we let that happen?
Yeah. No Ocean, no Stewie. No Ocean, no Twist?
Yeah.
Maybe. You know, we never know, but I'm fine giving all that credit. Love Papa Odig.
Wonders, this could be it.
It should be, really. It should be. NRG should have closed this out, maybe.
I love that they switch sides and then Fugly and Ethan are like, nah, we're back on the AKs.
Oh no. It's double OT time, boys. First kill comes out and Cirque is out. Hits
the dirt.
Oh!
Ethan.
Oh, it's getting toasty. Stepping on the George Foreman. Trying to make some bacon in the morning.
Some ridiculous utility damage. Poor Ethan on 6 HP. Hasn't even seen anyone.
No, he's running. He's scared. He doesn't like this anymore. Not what he signed up for.
He wants off the wild ride. But it doesn't stop until someone's got that final nail in the coffin. And right now it's looking like NRG are going to have to fight off the back foot if they want it here in the 5th.
Oof.
You did say double overtime before this first one even started.
That's right. That's right. Oh, Daps, did he need to expose himself to lane to throw that nade? We'll never know.
No follow-up here from NRG either. Their decision is to just retreat and attempt a second hit at the B bomb site. This is where they were turned away originally.
Imagine.
But they did get all the utility out of the defenders, so that is something for them to work with. Ethan.
Oh my gosh.
Throwing it down on the fly. Molotov should deny any entry to the site. He actually chucks bomb back for his teammates to pick it up. Then he's cleared from the smoke, going toe-to-toe with the man inside it. Breezy's going to try to attempt this plant.
Oh my god.
Will be a 2v4 after plant situation.
They have an op. They have a lot of health. To be very unlikely, but still possible. No nades to retake.
No. No nades at all, in fact. So it's just going to come down to the gun duels. The wielding of the weapons.
Ugly oppin'.
He's ready for that first peek. They're trying to bait it out. He does go for the reactionary shot. Then scopes towards spawn. Spots another body. Still they're up. And looking successful. Breezy with a minimal amount of health here. Just 12 points. Another headshot would do it. But Hiko's going to deny. And this is going the distance of overtime. You'd think. The bomb, not there.
Wow.
17 for Rogue. And 1 to go.
Yeah, 1 to go. Oh my gosh. That was quite close. And it, yeah, you know, when you have no utility, really see how big of an advantage that is to be in the post plants, especially within AWP. But I feel like the inexperience of Fogly with the op gave into a couple of shoulder peeks that I think if he waited, you know, they have to show their whole body. If he had just been a little bit more patient, maybe Ricky dies there. Maybe he gets that first kill as well. And suddenly it just transitions right into the bigger, easier sniper, the auto sniper.
On the T side?
On the T side of all things. Don't know if this was a Doomhammer buy or...
Well, even then, I mean, he's got 6 more grand. Go buy something else.
That's true. Maybe he dropped something in spawn.
Where is he?
Where is this guy?
He's watching alt mid. Oh, so he's waiting for the apps player to cross.
Yeah.
And then he's just going to dack him.
But does he have the gun to fall back on? Oh, I guess he does, yeah. He just bought it in spawn and left it. That's interesting. Don't usually see that on Inferno. That's cool.
I'm down with that.
Why not?
Some fresh threads. NRG pulling stuff out for their week of the online onslaught.
Oh man, I really like the setup from Rogue. The early 3B play, because NRG getting banana for free. Can see why they want to just cut the round short. These ones that have went on for too long have not always worked out.
They will try to explode inwards. Sick. Drop by Cirque. That's going to put them in a difficult position, but luckily Vice does pick up 3. Breezy and Ethan just obliterated through smoke. That's going to push it into the 4 versus 2, so we could be going into a double OT. Unless in the last 35 seconds they reel this back in and Fugly goes over the top, only to be spotted by Vice towards Coffins, but he is still standing on lower HP, sure enough. And the peek from spawn's not going to get anything further. Oh boy, Cert given a chance, Fugly given a kill, but it's Rogue to get the round.
Oh man, they made it happen. It's hard to say who is even doing better right now because Rogue are hella resilient. I mean, NRG are winning rounds and some of the rounds look great, but Rogue are so resilient. And this is only the first map. There's still another one to go.
Yeah. And we'll be going over to Nuke.
Definitely a lot of labored wins for both teams. But in some of the situations where it goes to OT, it looks like just a series of flubs that allows a team to get there. In this game, it feels like, Jesus, like they're just so close the entire way through.
How'd you know this was going to double overtime?
There's some things that I know, you know, I don't like to brag about it.
Are you clairvoyant? You tell me if you were, right?
I'd tell you. I could actually tell you through telekinesis.
Wait. No, you mean telepathy.
Oh, really?
Telekinesis is
yeah.
when you move objects.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would move over a cube that had it written that I etched in with my mind. That would tell you if I was telepathic.
That's a very unique way. I appreciate the effort.
That's what us X-Men like to do. Just be unique.
If you were a mutant, would you join X-Men for the cause, or would you just be a rogue mutant?
That's such a good question.
Yeah, you know, like, do you want to be a part of the system?
They got a pretty cool mansion. So.
But you got to go to class.
I'm in it for the TV.
Follow a schedule.
I'm not against learning.
Mind you, that's how you kind of tap into your strongest powers.
Because, like, you can't just go get a regular job anyway. Like, how else are you going to live in a mansion?
I mean, if you got some kind of... What if we turn things into gold? I'll have a mansion real quick.
What mutant can do that in X-Men?
Well, none, but you get to make up your power. That's part of the game.
You don't... I don't know. Some of them aren't that strong. And, like...
Some of them are really ugly, too.
Yeah, you might...
You wouldn't want to be an ugly mutant.
Could be ugly. You could also... Yeah, you could look human. Right? But you don't get to choose. Yeah, who knows?
Well...
It's a hard question, man.
The only players with superpowers are the ones that can make the most of these sorts of ridiculous overtime situations. So who steps up to the plate and who crumbles?
Like a flaky pastry.
Some sort of mudblood.
Harry Potter references?
Yeah.
Is Potter's name because of Harry Potter?
I don't know.
That was a pressing question.
Could be.
Something I was wondering when we were at Blast, but
Why
didn't
did you ask?
I forgot.
Did girls scare you?
Yeah, so scared girls.
Cirque is hunting for an opening here. Now that they have this angle already established, you'd think he just holds it, but that's what's really cool about the Molotov. Is it?
It's actually what's really hot about the Molotov.
Get out of here.
Jokes are only get weirder the more OTs we get.
Yep, things start to come apart at the seams. It correlates directly with... Oh. Never mind. Doesn't matter, because Ricke's on a bit of a tear. Falls back into the site. Remember, alone. So, it was pretty important that he actually defended the bomb site, because instead now it's going to be the push inwards. You'd think after all this time they wouldn't do something like leaving Rikke alone in a passive B position. It's not like he's down banana and has eyes with the early warning sign. No. All he had was himself to rely on, and he was simply pushed back by numbers.
Numbers. We used to be scared of those.
I still am, at least on stream.
No chance they win this, right? No utility left over. Why does no one have any? Oh, okay. No, they have a couple of things.
I got some pieces.
2 pieces of hardware.
Six still just floating around. This is most certainly NRG's 19 to the board. So let's see if this T side keeps it rolling. It was the T sides that each team struggled with during regulation, for those of you who weren't here for the start.
Yeah, so that's a good thing to think about is, you know, T rounds are hard to come by. Not dime a dozen. That doesn't make sense. That they're just they're rare. They're worth their weight in gold. They're worth their weight in orange.
In orange. Did you know that diamonds aren't that rare?
Is that true? It's
Yeah,
just
their
that we're
prices are
hard-
actually inflated based on a
Oh,
marketing scheme.
The diamond guys.
Yeah,
They're controlling the output of diamonds while they collect them.
exactly. So when the time comes, Mohan, just get like an emerald ring or something cool.
Ah, interesting. Avoid diamonds.
A ruby.
My brother's ring was a leaflet crown because he's a Shakespeare professor.
That's
was
pretty cool.
Pretty cool idea. Very cool ring. Unfortunately, that didn't last long, so they got rid of the ring. But it was a great idea.
That's the thought that counts. The attempt was made, just like this, at the A site. NRG moving forward, being met by the Fury and Flames. Hiko just gets slain, and Ethan's gonna double down onto another. What an entry.
Dude. That's the stuff of nightmares.
Oh, damn. Just rips apart the A site. And in a crucial moment, too, because this is going to be the second T-sided round for NRG with a chance at a third. And I feel like if either of these teams can do that 3-0 sweep, that's the team that's going to win.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, they would just be throwing, basically, to lose at that point. What an entry. If Ethan didn't hit that second tap, I mean, that would just be the one tap heard around the world. I think he hit the first bullet.
Yeah.
Just,
I'm looking forward to the replay.
yeah.
I'm sure it's queued.
Yeah, I'm sure Marcus has it queued up. Marcus and Andreas.
Get it on the highlight reel.
Dynamic duo. Let's make it happen.
No matter if they start losing bodies. Again, cash.
Can you do that? You
Not
can't
a-
do that. Can you do that? I didn't know you could get up there.
I would have seen somebody there before.
Well, I've never seen someone even try to jump there.
No, that's a fair fact. Oh, it was the first bullet.
Yep. Wait, you already agreed to that, and then you thought it wasn't?
Yeah, I had hesitations. Reservations.
It all comes out on stream.
Abstination.
Yeah? You weren't going to have sex with it?
No.
Where is the replay? Oh, it was
We
there.
saw it.
Oh, yeah.
You're too busy picking me apart, Mohan. You didn't get to appreciate it.
It's early and late at the same time, so...
So let's see if this is it. Have we gone the distance? Is there any more gas in the tank of Rogue? Because it's going to have to be a convincing sweep once they switch over. If, of course, they can even get one round now. But Cirque finds Sick. He was just trying to run. He just wanted to
leave.
retreat.
That's it.
Waving the white flag, Cirque cares not.
Take no prisoners.
Surrender is not a Bulgarian concept.
Oh, wow.
Breezy then just walks out into the balcony, finds Hiko completely turned away.
They know this. They know the setup, too. A lot of people at mid. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Did that flash save his life? I don't know.
Vice close up on the smoke. Ricky goes in, so I mean, just doing what Breeze did to them. Walks out for the kill, and he can't get himself a second. That could have actually made a difference in the round, but now it's just the full throttle push into A as Crystal's left grasping for anything at all here on this CT side in overtime 2.
Don't want to make the mistake of getting killed on their way in, but once the bomb's down, how does Crystal win this? No chance. One would think. What a shot from Crystal. That's a pretty amazing flick. He's going to be burned alive, however.
Yeah. Crisp to 29 health. Prime for the taking now. Frag goes deep, does damage Breeze, but Ethan's up above. That is a 3-0 T-side from the boys on NRG.
That should be all she wrote. I mean, if Rogue bring this back, NRG have more problems than simply winning rounds, having good strategies, or any of the regular stuff. A recap on the replays. We re-up on the most rememberable moments.
Memoriable. This was that beautiful kills from Fugly. That was a nice round.
Yeah.
I was all for that one. The laser beam of an AUG. I'd say that's the best AUG play that I've seen
so far
since the price reduction.
There's certainly going to be some clips.
I'm ready for them.
I am too.
It's like AUG week all over again.
Absolutely. It was a memorable week.
So here we go. Needs to be just as flawless of a T side from Rogue. 3. No margin of error. 0. Oh. He's already starting to dodge shots. Peeks into sick. Goes for more. Ludicrous. And unsuccessful.
Almost had it. They try to retain the op, reclaim the op. Hog, it's no good. Hiko kills him too. Was a close advantage for a second, and Breeze gets flashed off. Will he get away? It looks like he will. Just a little bit of health, but he's got himself on the site.
Teammates coming over.
Oh, interesting.
That teammate's instantly ripped down, so Breeze's position has to find them by surprise. Not gonna happen. Ethan to clutch this. Hiko's definitely the difference maker. This is another 3 versus 5 scenario for Rogue.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Vice is yet to spawn, but he's just turns at the worst possible moment. Ethan just decimates Ricky.
No way.
But Hiko takes his head. So talk about a savior. 35 kills for Hiko now.
Man. Yeah, he looked good from the first 3 rounds, but he has continued to be dominant. What a save.
What a turn away from Breeze, right? It looked like there was a moment where I'm thinking, oh, he surely sees Ethan's barrel.
Yeah.
But no. And he just turns his head for a second, right when he comes into the angle. Good positioning there from Ethan, catching them all off guard. Just can't finish it off with the 3-piece.
Was nice, was nice. It's a decent start for NRG, but Cirque fluffs his shots. AUG fails the next player, and then it got crazy on the A site, and it was almost a 1v3 to end it, but they live another round. It's not going to be easy, but you gotta think. CT side for NRG. They should have it. Looks like the rotate will be called, even though the flash gets Ethan to fall off for free. Nobody was actually spotted. And right now it looks like he's just trying to continue to try to delay as long as possible as Rogue work on this. Very dangerous to play this game, especially with Ricky. He's quick. Oh, he saw him. Wow, could have very easily pressed that. He was falling asleep on the angle. There he is, moving back, very confident. And once again, does not want to call for a rotate, so NRG doing a great job delaying here. 4 at A still.
Molotov down, gonna convince them to fall back.
Yeah, that's it. They should definitely think about an over-rotate at this point. Uh-oh.
Man, I feel bad for Ethan. Misses his last chance at the 1v3. Now he's gonna have to deal with an entire onslaught of T's, but he still manages to get himself one. And then a bunch of damage on the follow-up here. Ricky and Cirque exchanging op frags, 4v3 plus the health advantage. Rogue, they're going to plant the bombs in the last few waning seconds, but Hiko already trying to hold off the push. The CT's so close, just breathing down their necks already. Ricky to the back of the site, trying to hold on for what he can because Vice is such a liability with 6 HP. The CT is on a standoff, working their way forward. Through the wall they go, and there you have it, folks. NRG in the 22nd round's been found. Double overtime was needed, but a close call picked up versus Rogue.
Wow. What can we say after that one? And they've still got to go at it again.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, right? We're going to get the changing of the maps, moving on over to Nuke for the second exchange between these teams. But we talked about it. NRG, you had to give them a bit of a predictions edge. You had to assume they could still weather the storm. But we also mentioned how Rogue were going to give us a show. And did they ever? 10-5 lead after their CT side, just managing to get enough rounds at the end of the second half. And yet, with both pistols won in regulation, they still give up the map.
Yeah, big map for NRG, and they continue to win. Even though it's an OT, they at least get the win on their hands, so it's going to be one of the last maps in a long week for them.
Yeah, most certainly so. The Nuke's up next, so we'll see you there, folks. You're watching the ESL Pro League.